Downloading Simulator 2021. I had a look at setting up our own server, and I'm sure you'll hear this a few times during the stream. I ain't doing that. It's way too much like hard work. It's also been extremely crashy, so I have a sneaky suspicion this might be a very, very, very short stream. See if the game claws back some good favour with me. It's also confusingly nobody in the chat, so I don't know where everybody is. I think I joined the chat. Oh, I might check in a minute. But at the moment, I'm just trying to find somewhere we can embrace, because I'm not setting up a server. It's just ridiculous. Oh, is the VR crashed again? No, there we go. Right, the way you set it up is just utterly ridiculous. Like, they wrote this huge, long guide, and I'm sort of looking at it going, can you just write an interface for me? Can you just write some code to do this for me, rather than having me downloading files via Steam command and then copying them to another place and then registering them, and awful. Alright, well, I don't know what this car's going to look like, so join. Is there a race going? I don't know. I'm only going to give this game a couple of more crashes, by the way, and I'll go back to 2D, and then I'll probably lose interest. Dora. Very slowly. Very quickly, sorry. And the loading times are horrific. Sorry, this is an old game. Dora, what are we doing? We're fighting. Nice. I just got a flashing screen. Oh, it does appear to have loaded then. Now, let me just double check that I am in the voice chats. I was expecting more than 0 people. I do kind of love this projector, but every time it boots up, it starts off by... Oh yeah, so this is one of the worst behaved games I've played in a long time. It doesn't allow you to put anything in front of it. It doesn't allow you to... Oh, am I talking, Shauka? Can you hear me? Oh, good, because I've been saying why can't I hear anyone for a while now. Anyway, this is an incredibly badly behaved game. You can't Alt F4 it. You can't put anything in front of it. When you close the game, it always fails to shut down the thing. Anyway, I've chosen a server, so you should be able to join me on the server. First impressions. Why isn't there any sound? Shall I say something? No. There's no sound. Oh, yeah. And, oh, no, wait, I take it back. Usually pops up a dialogue. Did I accidentally turn off the sound, or...?
Can I hear myself back on the stream?
I hope so. I did change something, so it might actually be better. Is it better? Oh, fuck! That's a bit more painful. Is it any better? Are you echoey?
There's some sound. I guess it's kind of garbled, but...
it's garbled? What do you mean it's garbled? So it's not audible?
There's a quite bad echo on it.
Right, so is it echoing or is it garbled? Garbled is like... I can't
differentiate it.
You can't differentiate
it. It's like a face copy.
Right, so it's an echo. So it hasn't changed in any way then. So I did change something today in the hope that it was going to fix it. Okay, well, this game isn't working. This game is just going to piss me off, by the way. I've spent quite a lot of time now trying to get different bits and bobs to fucking work in this game. And now I've got no sound. And because it's a shit game, it just goes sound. So now I have to take my headset off. Take the VR headset off. Now I'll have to navigate all the menus to quit the game. And then it asks me if I'm sure if I want to quit the game. Because... that's what I really want when I quit game, is to be asked if I'm sure I'm meant to quit the fucking game. Right, do I have sound at all? No. Just Discord, so what the fuck's going on? Chowka, are you still there? Am I talking to myself? I appear to just... Right, so Discord's working, but nothing else is.
The drawing.
Well, I wouldn't, because I've just quit, because I've got no sound. No, there is a way to find friends, though. No, Malcolm, fuck off. No, he doesn't. It's a different computer, a different streaming setup, a different sound card. It has nothing to do with yesterday's stream, where I had an echo. This echo has been on this computer for about 6 months. If you can fix it, brilliant. Otherwise, I don't care. Yeah, for some... Wait, have I got sound on the me? So why don't I have any sound? What the fuck's wrong with my computer? But yeah, I mean, I'm sorry about your ears, but it's completely different to the sound issues from yesterday. There we go. So Oculus decided it was going to be my sound card. But now, as I said, this game is how old? 8 years? 9 years? This is not a new game. Why does it 100% of the time left a something running in memory? 100% of the time so far. My issue with rFactor, and I've said this before, I don't think it's going to change, this is too much aimed at people who think they want to be fucking Le Mans car drivers, proper race car drivers. Oh, now I have to cancel this. I have to disable Steam VR and run it again. Yeah, I like Live for Speed because you mess around in cars that you might actually see or have a vague sort of grasp of. This is all about high-end race cars and GT spec cars and TOCA cars and all of that, and it just, for me, has very little sort of passion because they're just... Now, see, now it keeps telling me this. That's the 10th or 12th time it's told me it's closed the thing. There's no way to disable the music. Can you believe that? Literally, you can't disable the music. You just get this noise. Hopefully, though. Yeah, I can't hear you because the music's so loud and I can't change the volume of that. I think the VR has stopped working. Oh no, it's behind me. Brilliant, there we go. Oh my god, that is so loud! Oh, UI music volume. I take it back. You can turn the UI music volume down. I always have a funny feeling when it says sound effects, it doesn't mean global volume. It means sound effects. Right. Why? But this, why is it listing server? I want one marked not password protected. It's bizarre. It says to me servers I can't join. There's one here called Hacksaw Circumcision. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm not, Malcolm, I'm not setting up a server for this. You want to play this? You set up a server. I am just simply not doing it. It's just, I started to read the documentation and went, fuck this for a laugh. I can't be bothered. I've set up the server for every single other game we've played. I'm opting out. So something that's not GT3 cars or LMP cars. DTM at Spa. Maybe DTM at Spa, I suppose. I would like to drive. I'll put my VR headset back on. See if it crashes again. So where the fuck's everybody else? Unable to install. It requires an unknown base mod. Please try returning to the main menu or returning the game. What? What do you mean? What? And then... yes, I've clicked main menu. I'm rapidly losing patience with this game. It's now popped up a dialogue, and my options are main menu. When I click main menu, it just popped up the dialogue again. So now I have to hit Control Shift Escape. See, this game is rapidly going for an uninstall and a negative review at this point. I just want to get in a car and drive around and make brum brum noises. Oh no, wait, I take it back. It has actually closed. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't, because Steam still thinks it's running. So it'll be here somewhere. There we go. rFactor2 end task. But where the fuck's everybody else? This wasn't my idea to play this game. Cancel. Close DVR. Hit play. Run rFactor. Wait for Steam to pop a dialogue saying, "Ooh, Steam crashed today earlier. I've disabled a gamepad plugin." Dismiss. Minimize. I'm amazed there isn't a button on the multiplayer browser, Mark. Show me servers I can join without having to download anything. I mean, this is something I'm learning more and more and more about games. I cannot be fucked. This game does not deserve me spending time trying to get it to work. Things have to work first time. No buggering about. And if something does go wrong, I want nice, clear error message. Another one, not, oh, it's based on a mod we don't know what it is. No, then, what? Really don't want to do the Nürburgring. Again, not having a button. I also just want to say doesn't have any players. That's not an option. Is public? Does that mean... Ah, there we go. We could do this one, C1 class, I think. Let's see if that starts to download something. Drive, obviously drive. This is slow as balls as well. But again, I want to minimize. And I'll come back. I'll try something else. Download it in the background. No, alright, you're going to force me. Alright, okay. This is why I like Live for Speed. It is uncomplicated. It is simple. It needs to do one thing, and it does it brilliantly. It just doesn't look very nice. Not that this game looks any better. I've had to turn the detail down. It still barely runs in VR. Error installing mod. Try manual installation. I think I'd sooner uninstall the game.
There was some weird thing about there being 3 packages on the first time run setup.
It's better than it was.
Like them all.
It's better than it was. It used to be really, really bad. Now it's just merely awful. Error trying to install mod. Try manual installation. I love that it doesn't tell you what. But yeah, there's no host button, you see. You can't host the game. Wow, this game as a whole, 300 people playing it. Okay, how about... Oh. I also want a button mark, download the server's content but don't join. This particular server only requires me to download 27 mods. Let's see if it actually manages it. I mean, maybe there aren't that many mods. I mean, yep, there you go. I still haven't found a server I can join.
What server we are active in currently?
Well, I'm not, because I can't find a server I can join. Every time I try and join a server, it just goes, oh, well, I've got partway through downloading the mods and I'm going to just break. And then it keeps... Oh, I see. It's popping up the dialogue for every single mod that failed to download. Now it's actually trying to download a mod, you see. Please retire... I love that. Please retire returning to the main menu. That's just amazing. Look how many fucking mods I've got installed. But every single time it finishes, like, I'm going to have to sit through that dialogue box 27 times. Oh dear, I've brought... It's brought up the Steam overlay. How do I close the Steam overlay? Not the Shift Tab one, the other one. The one that I would close with my VR controllers. I've no idea how to close this. Maybe I can press spacebar while I look at now playing. No. Enter. I've genuinely no idea how to close this. I don't even think you guys can see that, so I'll close the game again for about the 7th or 8th time today. Hopefully this dialogue... No! Oh, for fuck's sake. So it's popped up as a web page in my face in VR. And I don't have any way of getting rid of it. But yeah, there's just no...
Google and killing VR monitor. Seems a bit drastic.
Well, yeah, but I don't... The thing is, if I've got controllers, it's fine. No, hold on now. I need to bring up my fucking task manager for about the 8th time today. This is just embarrassing. This is genuinely embarrassing, and I'm rapidly going towards this poster review. Post review. Please just no. 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 Allow comments. Yep, right. You have a negative review. It's not often So, I have spent almost 2 hours on this game today, trying to get it to work in various ways. Trying to set up a server, which is not outside of my skill set, but I haven't got time to do that. Like, I was expecting just to run a program, and it would just go, cool. Now you connect it with the password. That's not how it works. But the fact I can't find us a multiplayer server to get on to play is horrendous. Also, don't update lists live like that.
The official ones are probably running very vanilla setups.
What are they called?
In the beginning of the list there's...
No, what are they called? Anything like they're called? No. What are they called?
Yes, rookie cup practice.
Well, yeah, but they're not races. That's just driving around. Is that it? They're running 3 servers and none of them are races. Wow. I mean, I'll join it just because it'd be nice to see if I could actually, you know, join. But we won't get to race. This is just... Nope, it's downloading stuff. This is embarrassing. This is actively, cringely embarrassing. One of the things on F1 when I worked on it was this game had to be suited. It was for the dads. That was one of our internal taglines, for the dads. And the idea was, if you've only got an hour to play a game each night, you should get nearly an hour of racing. And I had to remind people about this a lot. Here, if I had 2 hours to spend today playing this game, I would have spent 2 hours not playing the game. Whereas Live for Speed, click, done. You know, it's loaded up in a few seconds. You can drive around in a few seconds. It just works. This also seems to have other weird things that you get, like UI in VR, and my head's in the wrong place, and all sorts of horror. But I said my other issue with this game is it's all, I can see it, Formula 1, Formula BMW, LMP, F1, F2. These are not fun cars to drive. These are cars far, far, far outside of your skill sets. Because you're not an F1 driver. But hey, let's just pretend. And it's just, yeah. Oh, okay. If this crashes, by the way, I'm just not playing this game anymore. Because I've had it crash on the screen a whole bunch of times. Like, that's something to do with VR crashes. And then I should retitle the screen, rFactor is shit, do not buy. Oh no, no, it has actually loaded the game. So in theory now, well, as I said, the problem with this is it's not a race. We're not going to get to race. We just get to drive around. And I just...
It's more than not getting to drive around.
Well, yeah, but... I just have a flickering screen. It's just sort of stopped rendering anything. Oh, the flickering's getting faster. I'm really glad I'm not epileptic. That's horrendous. It's running at about 1... Oh, there we go. Fix itself. Nope.
We had issues with Alex's Half-Life. My headset will go black and...
Fucking hell, that's loud. Right. So, in the sound menu, the sound effects volume is not the master volume. So be aware of that. So, you'll have to drag down the sliders individually.
Oh, everything.
Yeah. Well, not every, but notice the sliders are all over the place. Okay, so I'm in a car. My lights are on, but my dash doesn't light up. Come on, seriously. Oh, there is no dash. Okay, and I don't know how to turn my pit limiter off. I'm not sure if I have a key to my pit limiter off. Right. Oh. And I don't see the way to press escape anymore to bring up a menu. Oh my god, this is not how much... Oh, there we go. I had to stop before I could bring up a menu. Okay. Assists and gameplay. Auto pit lane might be F10. Oh, that's an assist. Gameplay. Ah, well, there's a button for the control for the frame rate. Oh, yeah, it's just glitched again. Oh, speed limit. Joystick buttons 7. I wonder which one that is. Well, I've got one. Oh my lord. And my frame rate is 40. And I've got, oh, this is so awful. So I've got the in-car UI and behind it, the sort of the generic UI. I must be able to turn that off. Graphics, HUD enabled, off. Or maybe I'll just try a 937E HUD. Nope, that's the same. Again, for a game that's supposed to be super duper duper realistic, having a HUD seems a very weird thing to have. But I don't really want to turn my HUD off. That is going to make my life very difficult. But the HUD's still on. Oh god, I guess I'll try and ignore it. So button 7 should turn off. I can't believe my frame rate is... GPU time is fuck all, CPU time is fuck all, but for some reason I'm running at 40 frames a second. Right, so one of these, no. no, no. Ah, found it. But the actual driving experience is pretty good as far as I know. The graphics are alright. Go on, mate, go past if you're going. Wing mirrors are utter shit because it's not liver speed. Liver speed has brilliant mirrors. This is a very difficult course. Oh, and no map though, so that's the one thing I would like on the HUD you don't get. Ow.
What? Shift up, alt. Shift down, right, alt.
Seriously? That's not a sensible set of default keys, is it? So this is what I mean, by the way. So bear in mind, I have driven race cars in my time. I have driven very fast cars. I've done a lot of track. If you put me in an LMP race car, this is what would happen. And lo and behold, that's what happens. And that's one of the reasons I don't like this game, is it's too focused on realistic simulation of cars worth £500,000 that are very, very, very difficult to drive.
That was a 121.05.
And also fucking amateurs. Jesus, dude. Mirror signal maneuver. I almost can't hear you of the engine, even though I've turned it right down. Is there a key for what? Yes, it's under assign controls. It's under assign controls, driving, electronics. I wonder what button it was to turn off the pit limiter. That one. Go on, mate, you have the high ground. Go on, you have right way. Totally you have right way. Go, go, go. Oh, okay, apparently you guys don't know how to drive. Never mind. And for some reason the cars are just a pure solid white. It's apparently shaders again or something. So it's got really nice rain effects. Way. I realise I'm crashing off a lot, but there I crashed because the guy in front slowed down so much that to not hit him I had to drive off the track. Because I think the most fun we've had in Live Speed for a while was probably those smart cars. And definitely not Le Mans cars, or whatever these are. A110 Cup cars. So is no one else coming then? Is it just you and me? Like I said, I didn't choose this game. This was everybody else, but yeah, we'll try that. So I'm a bit confused why no one's turned up. Wow, off-roading this is horrendously brutal.
I think we are kind of scattered, like the horizon on what we decide is kind of short and can change a lot.
No, it's been rFactor2 for days, and everyone like you and Malcolm and Henry and Max all went, yeah, rFactor2, but then no one turned up.
That was a 105.87.
Yeah, but
Well, you're here, yeah, but like two people. Well, I guess two people does a race make, but not a good race. Like I said, this is exactly how I would manage in this car in reality, though, like 100%. Badly.
I can't do photos and keyboard. I don't have 3 hands.
Use your feet. But there's a reason I suggested Live for Speed, and the reason that we've stuck with Live for Speed, and it's not, you know, the simplicity and stability is certainly one part, but like this feels, you know, this in Live for Speed, it's got the LX6, that sort of thing. It's got rubbish handling. And I said, I am not a race driver. Not even a very good sim racer.
That lap was a 115.29.
Oh god, that has to go. That has to go. This guy just screamed, that lap was a 115.29! Sound. Are you sound effect? Are you spotter? Are you radio? Opponent radio? Well, I have watched many streams in my time where basically everyone is watching it because the streamer is absolutely hating it, so here I am for your pleasure.
Using too many axes, so I'm tempted to try single-handle the stick and throttle.
Well, I can assure you I'm having no success at all getting it around this track with a steering wheel and a motion rig and a rumble unit. It's I don't think this car's got any ABS. The brake balance is way off. Got a lot of power. I think it's rear-wheel drive, so it's more than a bit sketchy. And I can't get the fucking tyres warm because I keep falling off the track. So beforehand, I downloaded an electric Mini. It was great. It drove really well. I thought that would be a nice, good start into the game. And so we're doing night racing in whatever it was, A10 Cup class cars, whatever they might be. Yeah, too hard braking for the corner. It just put you into a spin.
I was a bit annoyed that the game didn't detect my joystick out of the box, and I need to emulate to be an Xbox controller, but then I didn't have all my buttons mapped out for that. So.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, from my point of view, I'd support a generic steering wheel. I might support the G29 because it's the most common, and an Xbox
That was
pad.
a 57.23.
Still shouting, but he's shouting a bit quieter. I know that this is the right car for this track as well. These corners feel like go-kart corners. And the lighting's not very good, to the point I can't tell if that's someone coming up behind me. Well, somehow I've made it up to 7th place. Oh, it's time trial, isn't it? So I've got the 7th best time. Whoa! That was an interesting overtake manoeuvre there, sir. And by interesting, I mean wrong.
The lap was a 58.23.
Come on, car, go! That's the other thing. Like, I'm on auto gearbox and everything, auto clutch, but like the guy, the the AI driver didn't slip the clutch, so I'm trying to pull away with no RPM, and it just doesn't work. This guy just, what the fuck is that guy doing? What is he doing? I've got like a ghost car here, ramming me. But like that, you see, in reality, you'd slip the clutch a bit. I mean, I guess I could actually slip the clutch a bit, but obviously...
Yeah, I guess this is practice, so not gonna end ever.
Yes. Well, it's just best lap. I got the 7th best lap right there, which is not saying much.
The lap was a 1:46.65.
Right, that's going again. I'm not putting up with that. It sounds like a great idea, but he goes, the lap was up! And he just screams it at you. Sound. What is that? Opponent radio off. Player radio 2%. Opponent radio 2%. Spotter volume 2%. Sound effects 5%. I've got the tyre volume at 101% by the way, and I can barely hear it. So I don't know what that's about. Wow. So Patrick to give you an idea of how obsessive some people get, Patrick Sebastian has done 148 laps of this in this session. And now I have no sound. What the fuck? Let me try that up to 10% then. Pretty sure you shouldn't have come out there, mate. Pretty sure. I think what's happened, oh, fuck's sake, is it's turned something down to the point where it thinks it's off now. Maybe that has to be up. But hopefully now the guy won't scream lap times at me.
Hello.
Hello. This was your fucking suggestion, not mine. You were like, yeah, let's play that.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, you were, and that's a suggestion.
Can you prove it?
It's in the chat.
Where? The first time I was like, oh, people are playing rFactor, and I didn't even realise I had this game until yesterday. But either way, me and Henry are about to come and join and see if I'm going to see if I can get it running this time because it failed twice earlier today. So
I've got no engine sound anymore.
Let us see.
Yeah, I have. Every time I try and join a server, the fucking music's back.
I've seen it. I've been watching. We've been watching the stream.
UI music volume, not down, off. See, I have a funny feeling they've accidentally put engine under the wrong mixer group. So if I click friends, then do I hit refresh now? No server sound with friends in them. So how did you find me, Schalke?
I remembered the coordinate name on where we were going. There is the friend option too.
But no, there isn't. That's just what I said. In fact, that's the last thing I said was, if I hit friends, it doesn't show me anything.
Oh, I saw you being on one of the servers previously.
Well, it appears that's about as reliable as the rest of the game. Just the loading times. I just don't understand. And now you can't see it, but I'm just getting horrendous flickering. The VR's updating at like 1 frame a second. It's just drawing crap all over the VR view. I think it's until it's finished streaming the textures in, and then it goes and then suddenly it does it. Right.
I'm gonna get the steering wheel out.
What, your farming sim steering wheel?
Good idea, bad idea? So wheel and pedals I've got.
I mean, I'm at the current opinion that player volume ratio is the ratio. Right, that doesn't say radio, that says ratio. I'm currently of the opinion that even playing this game at all was a bad idea, and we should have stuck to live the speed, which, whilst obviously not a perfect game with its flaws, you know, works.
I'll find the power switch first.
Power? It doesn't have any power.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. It wouldn't work otherwise.
The farming sim steering wheel does not have any power.
Yes.
No?
Okay, apart from the technicality that you're wrong, you're right. But what I mean is there's USBs unplugged.
Right.
There's no power.
Okay. I mean, the power is in the sense that you need to plug it into the computer, yes. But not like... Because this steering wheel requires a 24-volt power brick. Well, I've got sound now. Oh, I've restarted the game, so now I have no HUD.
See down the back.
Go on, I'm in blue flag. Fuck off. Night racing is the worst thing. I have no idea why you would choose it.
Okay, Steam just crashed for me. Interesting.
Yeah, I've had Steam VR crash about a dozen times on me today with this.
No, this is Steam itself.
Oh wow, that isn't very common.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is the issue I've been having with the Oculus Rift on Live for Speed is also present here, but only when I'm racing. The bottom third of the screen, how can I describe it? It's like the brightness is inverted. It's just outside on my peripheral vision, so it's not too bad, but it's a bit odd.
That download speed is atrocious.
Well, it's using the Steam Workshop as far as I know, so that's as fast as Steam Workshop delivers stuff. But I couldn't set up a server because it was like, oh, all the content has to come off the Steam Workshop. And you have to download it using the Steam command, which is fine, then copy it to a folder, right, and then you have to use their mod manager to actually link again. I'm like, what the fuck? But I can't. Well, if you guys think this is the best racing game ever, one of you can volunteer to set us up a server. The Live for Speed one was very, very easy and still took too long.
I managed to add enough buttons that now I can do two-handers.
I would totally have stuck with an automatic gearbox if I were you.
Well, when I was testing it at single player, it allowed, but I'm assuming the server is allowing fully automatic gears.
I'd certainly hope not. It's one of those things that, oh, I'm an avid sim racer and I've only got one arm, so I cannot have a manual paddle shift. Oh, you can't play on our server.
Don't worry, it's 43% for the first download.
What are you downloading?
The Zandvoort 2017 pack, apparently. This is number of items left to download, 7. This is the first one.
Are you down? Why? Like, are you joining my server?
I'm trying to join your server.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a bit slow, but it wasn't horrendous. The other one, my problem I had, it kept erroring, going, this requires a base mod that we don't know what it is. Like, well, fucking fix your file format then. Don't say you either have to go back to the main menu or quit the game. That was the most confusing part. But this track is brutal and this car is unforgiving, so it's not a great start. And there's no car physics as far as I can tell. Like, I just slammed into that guy because he drove something during a corner and nothing happened. He just not even bounced. But on the bright side, I did fix VR for sneaky spaceships. What, dude? I don't have to let you pass. That's not a thing. So, is there any car-to-car physics? Yeah, a little bit. Oh, he crashed. This car is a bag of wank, though.
What does that translate as driving characteristics?
No ABS, too much rear brake balance, rear wheel drive, too much power, not enough heat in the tyres.
I thought that power would be some of those things that you can't have too much of that.
Of course you can. Power is nothing without control. This is why 4-wheel drive is better than 2-wheel drive, because you can put more power down. And in this case, this car just has too much power relative to the... It's got no downforce either. Also, it's turning to a bit of a destruction derby out here. But as I said, I will never... I've been in cars like this, but I would never get to drive a car like this. It would require many years of training and practice. So it has no appeal to me particularly. The one I sat in had a passenger seat, obviously. This one just has a 4-gang strip down there. Which is quite cool, actually. Ooh, too busy looking at the inside of the car.
Is anyone else just on the downloading mod screen, or just me?
Yeah. Well, we tried to... This is an official service. We assume there'd be no mods for it. But apparently not. I mean, if you can find a server which doesn't require a mod to join, I'm all for that. But there isn't, there isn't a button for that.
I got no problem doing it as long as the server actually works. The question was, is there anyone else who's in the same position as me, just sat here waiting to download?
Well, Shark and I have already been through that process, so I assume it will work for you.
You just answer my question.
Well, no, but I can't answer it, but no one else is speaking up.
Yeah. I presume Henry would be? Max, maybe?
Trying to join.
Yeah. Trying to join in what way? Are you downloading or?
No, I was trying to set up my... Why am I reconfigure my controls?
Oh, the control configuration thing was a bag of shit in this game. Like, I could not get it to control to configure an Xbox controller. It was like, brilliant, now press right. Yeah, no, seriously, it was like, now press right on the joystick. I was like, press right on the joystick. It's like, press right on the joystick. It's like, I am. And it wouldn't do anything. And then you press escape, and then it would go, cool. Do you want to continue from where you were on the calibration? No, not really. Well, then your options are close the game or continue on. I was like, okay, close the game, go back to the menu, and then press skip configuration. So I'm hoping it works. I have absolutely no idea.
And did you check if there are any Steam controller setups?
I haven't yet checked if there are Steam controller setups, but if there are, I mean, to be honest, if it doesn't work with an Xbox controller, I might need to. But that's hilarious if it doesn't work with an Xbox controller. My thought was, use an Xbox controller. If it's a game we enjoy playing and we do actually come back to it, then I'll figure out playing with VR and Steam controller.
At this minute, you'd have to come up with some really good reasons to play this over Live for Speed. I always like Live for Speed, but since they've added modded cars in, it's got brilliant. Because there are so many cars, really, really varied. Yeah, so like racing smart cars was really good fun. Like, they're great fun. So that was one of the things about this, but they seem to be quite brutal in this and getting rid of all of the naughty mods. So Tesla, no hit. Subaru, 1 hit from an LMP car. Mini, 1 hit, which is a pace car from the FIA. So yeah, I played in the Mini, electric Mini. It was good fun. That was actually good fun to drive. This one
electric Mini?
Yeah.
Older than the new one?
No. Well, newish.
Ah.
But it's a pace car for some Formula E event.
Newish.
But
oh yeah, that'll be the new one.
Yeah.
Actually, this is the new one, yeah.
Well, sort of. It doesn't work right because you still have a neutral and you rev it up and then you engage the clutch and it has 1 long gear. It's not quite right. Yeah.
Yeah, no. But the EVs do have a neutral.
Yeah, but they don't. Well, they don't. Well, they don't.
They do.
No, they don't.
They do.
They can disengage the motor from the drivetrain. No, absolutely
well, does your
not.
Tesla... Really? Okay. So, the i3 and the Mini Electric have a neutral because
they have a
lot of
clutch.
places, like for instance, if you want to get... No, they don't. You just have a neutral in the gear, so you can have drive, neutral,
in the
or
gear.
park, or reverse.
Yeah, but hold on, but neutral, what do you think? Do you think neutral disengages the motor from the wheels?
I don't know how it works. I know that they have a neutral, and the effect of it is that you have no regen, and that the car will freewheel.
Yeah.
So you can push it and tow it and take it through a car wash, etc.
Yeah. So,
which begs the question. This is what I was going to ask you: is does your car not have a neutral then?
Well, it has the facility to allow to not put any power through the wheels.
Does it have a gear selection that says N?
Yeah, obviously. But,
Okay, so it doesn't have a
but it
neutral.
doesn't. But it doesn't have a neutral. It's a very bad term. I mean, it's certainly at no point
I know. Okay, a
disengage the
neutral mode
motors.
then.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it has a don't
Okay.
do anything mode.
Okay.
Yeah,
And an end mode for neutral.
yeah.
Yeah, so you can take it through like a car wash if you so desire.
Well, I have a car wash mode, but yeah, sure, I can put it in neutral.
Yeah, I forgot about the car wash mode. So you've got a dog mode as well.
I do, and a camp mode. Err.
Yeah, I was going to say. Oh yeah, yes, I will be your chef for today.
Camp mode is weird, because it turns on. Oh no, that's the fireplace mode for it. So camp mode just allows the heating and aircon to run all the time, no matter what. So when you're at a campsite, you want it to be running. The fireplace mode's brilliant because it puts the crackling fire up on the dash and then turns all the heating up everywhere to maximum.
I don't know what's something wrong with my car, but I don't know what exactly.
Something
It's
wrong with your
limited
car.
to 60 mile an hour.
Pit limiter's on.
If I now turn it off.
Press the button, which is no.
What's my default?
Yeah, I had to just press buttons until I could work it out.
Adam, what is that orange yellow car or that yellow car in front of you?
I don't know. I think it's a skin that didn't download. But I don't really know.
Yeah, it's bright for me. Oh no. I'm supposed to be playing breakfast.
There we go. Now the steering's set up.
So did you do the steering before you started to download the game? Have you downloaded?
No, I was downloaded, tried to start it, and then it was just like, well, it went through the calibration. It was like, oh yeah, turn left. Okay, now turn right, and it not sensing my steering.
Oh dear.
Now I figured out that you have to turn further to the right. I think it's done now. I want it to be.
Actually holding my own.
Number of items left to download 6, and I'm on 80%, and it's been on 80% for the last 10 seconds.
As I said,
What is going on?
I'm 90% sure it's used. So in Steam, I would tab out to Steam now and find the button that marks throttle downloads whilst playing a game.
Which I know what you mean. I'll have a look. I don't think it's on. Yeah, download restrictions is not on.
Then I don't know. Mine wasn't quick, but as I said it is using Steam for this. So, what is this guy doing? Well, I'm on 55.7 is my best lap. And this one is not going to be my best lap because I just crashed.
Oh, it's a great tip. Use throttle and gear direction to push vehicle. Okay. Thanks for the help.
It's not doing anything anymore. It's just stuck on 80% still. Might have actually broken.
You broke Steam.
Yeah, I broke Steam.
Hold on, so if I click on Brian, yes, let's watch Brian. Not like that, wrong, no. Wait, what? Oh, what the fuck? Brian, you just sort of flew through the air, then teleported into the pits, then flew back again?
Yeah, something weird's going on. So I'm going between sand trap and sand. Oh well, this is still really, really loud. Let me just sort the volume out. Whee!
I love that you all chose the same bloody car.
Chose?
Let's try this again.
When you set the track, it asks you what car you want to be in, and you've all chosen exactly the same car. So you're quite hard to tell apart out on the track. But what car even is this? I love it gives you a picture, but not the name.
Yo.
There we go.
Hey, Captain, I have a question for you. You're alive.
I am alive.
So for Live for Speed, is the multiplayer like kicking enough to actually buy it?
Live for Speed. Oh, Live for Speed's packed with multiplayer. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna buy it then. That was my only like.
Yeah. No, Live Speed has more players than this bloody does. This has got about 200 people playing it.
Shit.
Why is rFactor running, but I can't see the process anywhere?
Oh, yeah, I had that. Every single time you close the game, it will leave the process running. You have to hit, you have to go to Control Shift Escape and then Users, I think it is, to see it. But yeah, 100% of the time my rFactor would,
Oh, wow.
What?
There's a okay, there's a default connection type in network within the game, and the default is 256 kilobytes, and it limits the upstream and downstream to 250 kilobytes.
Surely that's only in-game. Surely that does not mean the work download.
No idea.
That's one in the car, a bit of a pain.
No, don't. Oh my god, I wouldn't go near that.
How do I do? You said we all pick the same car, so pick one off this list.
When you join the server, you get a massive list of cars, yeah, and you pick one.
All the same though. They look identical, just different liveries on them.
Well, they are different liveries, yeah, but that's my point. You all chose the same livery, so I've not, and we don't get names above people's heads in this game, so I don't know who any of you are. It is also dark, but I do have headlights.
That's different for me as well. Xbox's problem.
Yeah, Adam, it's limited. I've changed it. It's still limited to 256. It's bouncing off 256 kilobytes.
Alright, well, crank out then. Why on earth would that be limited by default?
Yeah. Weird. But yeah, it failed downloading the Silverson's track at 80%, so I've really got to re-download that again.
I've got names over people's heads.
You got what?
Close to me, though. Names over people's heads.
Maybe it's because I got the HUD turned off. Because the HUD appears inside the steering. Well, yeah, but the HUD appears inside the steering wheel, but I can't decide what parts of the HUD I want, which one to get rid of, which is a big pile of stupid. Again, I have this thing, when I come to a game, I don't know, I think it's been about 8 years, this game, I expect it to be just so close to perfection after nearly a decade of development. Not sort of wrapped up in its own quagmire of, oh, do you not understand it? Oh, well, maybe you should have been playing 5 years ago, sort of crap. Because it has two HUDs, like a 357 and a 397E. And I'm like, what the fuck is that supposed to be? Like, how am I supposed to have any clue what that is? And you don't have a tooltip. You have a tooltip saying, like, click here to change game options. Like, I get that, but I need to know what the individual game options are. But do you reckon that networky dialogue makes a difference then, Malcolm?
No, that's the point. I don't think it does.
It's well out of date as well.
What is, sorry?
The network dialogue. You can choose 100 megabits. I'm like, woohoo, 100 megabits! I go faster than that. And the next option after that, 100 megabits, is like 53 billion or something bonkers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that doesn't mean downloading. I said a bunch sure.
Most stuff came up fairly quickly, so I'm assuming that it actually did use my bandwidth properly, but who knows?
Yeah, I'm gonna have another look through some tracks so I can find one that's not at night time.
Ooh, I found the networking limit. In the gameplay thing.
But that it just says, you know, LAN or whatever. Like that's not for.
Yeah, but there's. Yeah, but below it says upstream and downstream.
Yeah, that's
256K.
Yeah, that's for driving though, not for downloading. Here we go.
I'll put mine to maximum.
Yeah, I've increased it just on general principle.
So wait, you've left that server now?
Yeah, but I can come back because I've got that one. I was trying to hopefully find one that's.
I'm currently downloading it, and I can't leave unless I kill the service, the program.
What should happen is it should have a button in the bottom right. Instead of saying just join server, it should be join server, and next to that it should say server requires you to have 8. I should just be able to click download these 8 bits of content, or even just queue them all up. while I'm playing the game, download the content for all the servers. It's just awful. But I don't know how much I'm getting, because also I don't know how big the download is, but I'm at about 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 89, 91. It's not quick by any means. I also thought we should probably try one of the role-playing servers in Live for Speed. So you start off with the worst car in the game, and then you have to do stuff to like unlock better vehicles. And then it's like police chase modes and stuff. I didn't spend very long because I didn't really understand it.
If we start at the same time, it could be interesting also. As a crew.
Yes.
I'm assuming the server will save individual players' progress.
I believe it does, yes. It may also be that after you've played this game for say a couple of weeks of that, you'll just have all the cars. Maybe there aren't that many cars. Alfa Romeo 33 TT12.
It might be that the game only retains the very hardcore players, so the others that speak to new players, pressure to get them right is less and less.
I mean, outside of subscription-based racing, you've got Live for Speed, rFactor2, and Untitled Chapter. This is one of the big three. iRacing is the big subscription one, and then you have to pay a monthly subscription to play it, and you have to pay extra for the cars and tracks. That's proper hardcore. But yeah, this is... I think Assetto Corsa is actually bigger, to be honest, but this is not a... Well, actually, having said that, it only looks like about 200 people playing, so unless they're all playing on private servers, it doesn't look like it's actually that many people playing it. Best thing about Biggie VR is I can just have a little nap inside my headset, and you can't tell. But yeah, the bottom third of my screen just sort of has... looks like corrupt video. I tell what it's supposed to be, but it's just sort of a bit gibbery. I wonder if I'm just trying to push the bandwidth on the headset too high.
I don't think these cars suit this track, or is that just me being...
Oh no, they really don't suit the track. It's a very, very tight track. It's a go-kart track, I think, rather than anything else. Like you've got to do an awful lot of lock, and they don't have any ABS, so they just sort of come off horribly around most of the corners. As I said, you're not good enough to drive these cars because you're not a race driver. That's the issue. If you were a race driver, you'd be like, it's easy, but you're not a race driver. And that's why I really like, driving like the smart car in Live for Speed, because you might drive a smart car. It's not outside of your skill set or anything. Whereas this goes, hey, I'm going to put you in a 800 horsepower car weighing 800 kilos with no drive rates at all. Bye. You're like, this really is bollocks slow though.
And it's locking up, like you can't do anything else while it's doing that.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to queue up different downloads for different... What I'd like to do is queue up about 100 different downloads and then come back and play with you guys while it's doing that. Oh, it just refreshed the... it just auto-refreshed the server list. So now I don't actually know what server I was joining. If it crashes again, by the way, I'm done. This has had... Ooh, that's a pretty car, that is. Oh, Lola Ferrari in John Player special colours. Well, to be fair, this did download an awful lot of cars. Some of which have even got graphics. I'm totally driving the Ferrari though. Ah, it should be in the number 3 Ferrari. Oh, look at that. That is a beautiful car.
Different performance on our cars.
I don't
We
understand.
all drive a Ferrari.
I was just having a look, see if because this actually appears to be a rally stage, so that's not going to go well anyway.
In a race car.
Yes.
Let's see what this is like. Come on.
Is it loading? Brief, I suspect. But I have downloaded a whole bunch of cars, so I won't have to download them again. Incidentally, I did have a look at rFactor about a year ago for the stream, and I promise you, and this might surprise you, the oh my god, that's cool. The interface was a lot worse, believe it or not. Why? Look, I put my head all the way back and reset. The default position for VR is my head about 8 inches behind my neck. Oh. Oh, I don't know if you... Oh my god. So, I don't know if you can see that on the stream, but look at all the people. They're camera relative. So when I tilt my head, they're all turning. All the people are dancing. Oh my god. Does this game have no... So you see that group of people there? They're looking straight at me. So like they're lined up with the fence. Now they're at 90 degrees to the fence.
Yeah, it's really hard to see because your head is. Yeah.
That's...
We're looking at the fence. And then stop still. They still seem to be looking straight. Yeah, they're 2D, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're 2D, but they're on the wrong axis. So this is a very cool car, though. Oh my god, look at that wing mirror. So the wing mirror rendering is shit. We've always said before, only lives with its good wing mirror rendering. But Henry, you might know this. Is that real? It has a wing mirror where the vent scoop would be in an Impreza. Sorry, the roof scoop.
Oh, that I don't know.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yes, this is just a point-to-point race, which could be quite fun multiplayer, but... Oh, this is so much nicer than those other cars we were driving. This is... Oh, I've broken the Ferrari.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Well, it's not for commercial use, like you use it for commercial use somehow.
You would do, yeah. VR cafes, all sorts. And
Can't use it for commercial use.
yeah, like in a VR cafe.
I've never heard of a VR cafe.
Where you go and you play... But also, going and playing racing games in a motion rig in VR is big business. Very big business. Very expensive as well.
How did you choose a different, nicer car, by the way?
That was a different track. I'm trying to find something that's a bit less rubbish. Because that is rubbish. There's no two ways about it. Those are rubbish cars, rubbish track. It's night time. I'm trying to find something that's a bit more within our skill set. I can't believe this dialogue box is... I don't know, is it modal or not modal? Which is it when... Oh, God, I can highlight... Which is it when you're stuck looking at it? Is that a modal dialogue or a non-modal dialogue?
Modal.
Modal, thank you.
Yeah. Other shit and stuff we turn out sometimes. It's doing something, you can't do anything. I'm like, really?
Yeah, well, I could be doing anything.
Anything, but I can't, there's some information I'd like on the screen, but it's not there because it's gone modal on me.
It doesn't even have a cancel button or a download later. That's particularly special.
Nice and fair program.
It's too late now. We're doing that tomorrow anyway. Is it tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow.
Why aren't you doing it now? Every day?
Well, my PC's doing it now. I've been idling in that game so much in my single player, I'm trying to stay ahead of where we are on the stream, so it's not like, hey, what's all this stuff here? I've no idea. But I mean, What annoys me is, like I said, Live for Speed could be a lot better. All it really needs is a paint shader and better car models. That's my only real complaints about the game. Well, at least this has got cool cars. Plymouth Barracuda. But unless these cars are like 100 megabytes a go, this is slow. Ford Mustang Boss 302.
Mustang Sally.
I hope there's not something wrong with my VR headset. So, I can't try and describe it. It's like video, because obviously the way the Oculus works is by compressing the video, the images at that end, and decompressing them on the headset. So you get lower latency down the headset and all that. But it looks like about here in my vision, like anything below here, is just sort of corrupted sparklies. And I get it in Live for Speed, but only when I'm racing, not in the menus. Rather oddly.
Sparklies. I am also having some sparklies in my headset.
No.
I thought that I got it from...
No, so I get it. So it's a solid grey line all the way across the bottom, I'll say 1/6 of my field of view. Everything in the bottom 1/6 is wrong. I can still see what it is, but it's very, very bright and has corruptions. If you're getting teensy little sparkles, that's called Mura, and that's just kind of normal for VR headsets. That's just inaccuracies in the modelling, in the manufacturing process. Although I don't think I've got any Mura in my G2.
Friends,
Yeah.
I hope that R doesn't stand for rally.
That's why I was trying it, so I could just go, hey, this is cool. Because that official server, again, the official server should be slow and easy cars. Now that is a cool car, even if it doesn't drive very well. These are, that's the wrong aspect ratio, so that car doesn't have round wheels. That's going to be a, oh yes, Dodge Challenger. There we go. $11, $12, $13, $14, $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, $20, $21, $22, $23, $24, $25, $26, $27, $28, $29, $30. 30 seconds until it starts flashing, and then about another 5-6 seconds before I can click on drive. Yeah, I think this might be a much better set of things to do. Although these are muscle cars, so maybe not. This isn't the track. I just drove. Oh god, I've fallen through the world. There's no collision there. I just drove the wrong way entirely.
Oops.
Wait, is this the pit lane? This is huge. This can't be the pit lane. Oh, then it says left. Oh wow, this is more like a concourse, like leading actually onto the track. Well, should we give this one a go? Because there's nobody here. That means we actually can control the server by voting. It was just called something LSR Trans Am, and you should hopefully be able to find me on the friends list. These cars are a little bit of a handful because they're muscle cars, but they feel like they should be a bit of a handful, so that's not so bad.
Alright, start the download.
No. Of course not. You can't.
Previous server.
You can't Alt F4 the game either.
That'll be a while.
I mean, this is what put me off. This is why I stopped playing on my PlayStation. So I come back to play the game. Now on the Xbox, there was a requirement that all patches had to be smaller than 100 gigs at this point. 100 megs, sorry. On the PlayStation, I had no such requirement. Right. So you get patches for Little Big Planet, like 30 gigs. And then a whole bunch of 5 gig patches, and you're like... But it wasn't quick. The PlayStation Network was so slow at delivering to you.
Yeah.
I might turn the engine down. That is a beautiful... We pray you to be using the maximum fair play in our server. Well...
Is it more short like that?
Failed to download the stuff for like the 5th time, so I'm quitting, trying to join you now.
Yeah. Sorry, Max, what was that?
Which track is it? I'm trying to find it, because when I go friends, it comes up with the same thing I was coming up a minute ago.
Trembling Mountain. And there is a button here marked straight to race, so we could actually go and race as well. And there's a way to change my car once I'm here. Or just leave the server and come back.
Trembling Mountain International and Trembling Mountain 24 Hours Chai. One requires a password, so I guess it's the bottom one.
Yes.
Oh, I'll download more things.
Yeah, but this one actually seems to be quite good. Trembling Mountain 24 Hours Chi. Yes.
Right.
And the Chi stands... I think the Chi stands for it has chicanes.
Oh, it's missing the rest of the word.
Yes.
It's truncated it because someone was stupid.
Now, which car should I drive? Which is the most ridiculous? I think actually that might be my... These are all rear-wheel drive American muscle cars. So, you know, drive them yeah, well, more like gently on the right foot rather than anything else.
All the beans.
Not all the beans.
Like a stop-go button.
All the beans when you're in a straight line, yeah, but this is back when cars did beautiful. Yeah, lethal, awful, but beautiful. It's a bit like Ferraris and Lamborghinis, you know, for a lot of it, you know, they really weren't very good. They were loud and beautiful.
The steering on the back wheels and driving propulsion on the front wheels. They could have swapped those two things around, couldn't they?
What do you mean, sorry?
Well, with the mechanics, it's not that complicated. It had the rear wheels steer, you know.
Have you ever driven a forklift truck?
Nope.
I can assure you, one thing you don't ever want in a vehicle is rear wheel steering. It's like, how can I describe it? You steer a bit and then it's whoop. It's a difficult and confusing thing to try and drive. You don't want front wheel power because when you put your foot down, all the weight goes to the rear of the car. So that's no good. So when the weight's at the rear of the car, your front wheels will just spin. Max Realism has entered the race. Right, you downloaded quickly.
Oh, I've got a decent block of bandwidth there.
Well, yes, but so have I, but there's no way that this was using all of it. Yeah, so for some reason, Max, you're driving a yellow curtain. What am I driving?
Yellow?
Yeah,
mine's actually blue, yours is orange.
You're driving a yellow placeholder, let's phrase it like that.
Oh dear. Let me have a quick look at the screen.
Oh, so when you rev a real engine, by the way, the car tilts.
Oh my giddy on! I have a misty yellow box.
So when I rev, the car tilts. If you can see that, but the motion rig tilts as well. That's very cool.
I'm not seeing the motion rig do anything.
It is.
It's doing something sideways. Oh, it's doing something sideways. Yeah, you see this sort of corner move. Yeah.
So I've just got this yellow placeholder mobile chasing me.
Why is it not like? Has it not loaded the graphics which I got off you?
I don't know.
Well, I've got your graphics and I've got my blue and white bonnet on, so.
I don't know. Maybe
It's
it'll
got a
fit.
reverse air scoop, which is weird. I'm looking at the air scoop.
Oh, corner. Okay, now the track starts. That's just the. Wait, do you think? Oh, I think we're supposed to do this chicane or skip it. I think that chicane might have been optional. But yeah, when we get everyone in, we can, because there's no one else in the server, we can just vote to start the race. I like the distortion on this car. There's lots of distortion.
But roll.
Oh yeah, of course it does, because it's a American muscle car. Of course, it's got plenty of.
No,
roll.
but I mean on your VR.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. There's no, I not exactly, but I could close my eyes and not hear the game, and I could tell you if it was a American muscle car or an open wheeler or like a road car. They feel completely different. So a lot of the tracks in this game are laser scanned. This is not one of them. This track is a perfectly, oopsie, it's perfectly smooth, whereas the other tracks are quite rough.
Oh.
Yeah, don't follow me. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I just. Yeah, that was my fault, not yours.
I have no gear indicator on the screen, by the way, and the gear stick doesn't move when I change gear.
Oh. I've got a number, but I don't believe it. This time I'm doing 200 something. 200 bananas.
Probably kilometers.
Sideways.
Maybe on gear 200.
200 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, that's.
Who measures things in kilometers an hour?
Nearly everyone in the entire world, apart from England and America. Like, there's not many people left that use miles.
I want miles. How do I set fuel, engine, gearing?
I mean, as a rule, you shouldn't be using either. You should be using the rev counter.
Right.
Oh my goodness me, that is a hill. That is.
Oh, well, they changed it. This bloody hide somewhere deep in the settings, I bet. What? No, just get me back to where I was. Spastic.
Oh no. If you go into the menu, that's it. You're out the race. You don't get to mess around because you're in the way and everything. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually back. I think I've just finished the lap now.
This ain't the circuit.
No, I showed you. You had to take a left. Remember?
Yeah, I know. I thought you. I'm a bit confused as to why they have like a hey, it's over here sort of thing, but it's really not.
I don't know if you guys can see that on the stream, but those mountains aren't there. They're only there at the edges of my headset. I don't know if that actually comes across on the stream. The mountains are just they are.
It does. If you're looking directly at it, they don't appear. But if you're on if you're looking away from them, they do appear.
That's so disconcerting and poor. Did you find the exit, Max, or do I need to come and get you?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Great draw distance.
It's because it's using depth, Z relative depth, not depth. No, hold on.
Actual depth.
Yeah, but you don't generally use actual depth. Sorry, Z depth, because well, you didn't. You use 1 over depth. Gently, Max. Gently. Oh, hold on. Getting it into these cars into reverse is a bit of a challenge. You have to hold both flappy paddles to put it into neutral and then reverse.
Do for yourself.
Well, I have to, but it's because I've got flappy paddles. So this bit's slow.
Why don't I should get the side thing out and have it as a sequential box instead of the flappy pedals?
That would be quite cool. The thing is, I love that little joystick, and I'd be afraid of breaking it by enthusiastic shifting. Oh, this car and this track set's a lot better combination than that last set.
But that sort of distortion sound, it's sort of noises make when you put your foot down.
Oh yeah,
Ah.
would do. I mean, that's how they sound. I mean, they're loud. And that's how my motorbike sounds. I don't have an exhaust on it. It doesn't sound. It just sounds like a square wave. Which, as I said, it probably is a square wave. Hold on, I've lost Max. There he is. Oh, you did it again. I told you, stop following me.
No, that wasn't yet. Yeah. I'd like to go out the gravel trap now. I'll come out at 34 bananas a second. I like it's like guaranteed death. Push it sideways. Sideways, that's it. You're fucked.
Gently on the go fast. Well, no. If it starts to go sideways, I mean, get your foot off the accelerator immediately, and then hope and steer properly. But don't brake. That's the worst thing you can do is to continue to accelerate, and the second worst thing you can do is brake. Oh, you've caught. Sorry, I was busy playing the engine. So this hill coming up, be sure you slow down at the top, or I don't know where you'll land.
Oh, is it blind?
Very blind. Oh, very blind.
Ah!
Like I said, almost always, going into a corner slower than you think is a better idea than going into it too fast. Like, you can, if you enter the corner too slowly, you can accelerate around it. If you enter too quickly, you're in trouble. He says, spinning off.
I couldn't figure out things and I disqualified myself. And rejoining the server doesn't clear that.
Oh. What? I mean, what? I don't. If we stop Max and press escape. Oh, hold on, it's just locked. There we go. I can go to session controls, and I can click on straight to race. So I voted straight to race.
Oh, yes. Oh, straight to race, okay.
Oh, that was very loud. Okay. Whoa. Don't skip the lights. That
See
is...
which one, I can't tell if they're lit or not.
Listen to the air horn. That is so cool. Feeling the whole car rock. I wonder if it's a rolling start. Oh, there we go.
Great start. I found the wall.
So, yeah. It's okay. Xiaoke is steering in a very digital manner.
All left, no left, sort of thing.
Yes.
Sideways.
Oh, but at least he wasn't going too fast, which I was.
I made the error earlier. Be careful.
But yeah, taking the corners much slower than you think, and also nearly always leads to a better lap time as well. Like, because you're not screwing it up, you're taking everything well. So the LOD on your car, on your skid Xiaoke, is very different distance to the LODs on your car. Your LODs appear to be just a corrupted mush of triangles driving around in the distance there. Oh, that was cool. You got loads of spot fire coming at the back of your car then. So, yeah, it's a left-hander that's over this way, Schalke. No, that's a right. So all Max has to do is drive carefully and cautiously, and he will just catch us up and breeze past us. Whoop.
Gonna happen. Donuts on the track.
Well, as I said, be gentle with the right foot thing. I mean,
Well, I want to. I want to have fun.
yeah,
I have
but
to be serious.
well, then this is definitely.
Controls broken.
Well, then you should have been here for Wreckfest last week, because that is not this game.
Yeah, I was here for it last week.
Oh, then I can't remember. Did you get disqualified, Shaka, for trying to skip the chicane?
Nah, I was going the wrong way. I didn't understand how to get out of the pit. Assuming.
It did take me 2 attempts, to be fair. So I've driven in cars like this before, and I assure you that going around corners at these speeds give you the most insane tyre squill. In fact, going around about 15 miles an hour in these cars gives you quite a tyre squill. No, 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 too much brake, too much brake. Saved it. Nope. Tried to drift. Not gonna. Schalke. I'm pretty sure if I just stuck in first gear, I'd win as well, because I just wouldn't crash. Okay, here comes the scary hill. I'm gonna say I have all my HUD turned off, so I don't know how many laps we're on, or what lap we're on, or what position I'm in.
I'm in position 2.
Say
Done 1.8 laps.
of.
Unknown.
So hold on, is there a chance then we're just practicing? No, no, there was a grid start, so we're not practicing.
Might be a 3-parter where there's like a practice and qualifier and then race.
You don't practice by starting in a grid formation though, or qualify.
Might start qualify.
I mean, I voted straight to race. I'm assuming a race, but I just don't know how many laps it is. I mean, this is a bit like Forza in one respect. Once you've got past all the guff, it's pretty good. But you just have to wade through so much. But what was that game we were playing last night? Lost Ark. I'm sure there's quite a good game in there, but I'm going to have to sit through another hour of dialogues and cutscenes and people telling me to press a key that doesn't exist on my joypad. This is literally a game that Tad could never play with us, though.
Oh, like that, yeah.
Like, I don't mind a game being internet-centric, but you have to really hammer content at me as quickly as my internet will take it. No, no! No! It says BFG radials on your car.
Yeah, it's Goodrich.
That's one thing it could stand for. This corner, I wonder. Oh no!
All right.
I was about to say, I wonder how slow you're supposed to take that corner. It's a very, very, very slow corner, like 15 miles an hour slow. Where have you gone? Oh, the idle noise. The engine noise in this is actually great. Like that wet sort of.
They didn't get the sound for cones quite right, did they?
I don't know. I haven't hit any cones. Is it a good sound or is it just go?
No, it's a
Dum.
crappy sound.
Is this man genuinely going to sit here his entire life and wave the green flag? It does seem to be quite generous, by the way. You go right across the grass on that. As long as you don't go through the cones, I don't think it cares. I know that feels slow, Max, but that's exactly the right speed for that corner there.
I'm in first still.
Yeah. Then you open it up now.
Whee!
Nah, too aggressive on the brakes there, I think. I mean, the best thing, the best improvement I made in Live for Speed, like in sim racing, was to drive it like it's a car and not like a Burnout. Drive it like it's an actual car. Like in your car, you'd never stamp your foot on the brakes coming up to a corner. But you might, but you probably won't. Nearly drifted it.
Doesn't help us in meters or kilometers or whatever it's trying to mean bananas.
It'll be.
I can't engage my speed from it.
Yeah, I mean this is obviously where VR helps a lot because you can get a good indication of
Yeah.
feeling of speed and position. But like, I mean, I'm assuming you just went thunk and just slammed your foot right on the brake rather than giving it a gentle and increasing pressure. Because it also, I mean, I've got the farming sim pedals.
The pedals a bit.
Yeah, I know what. Yeah, I know what they're like. Yeah. I may actually be retiring my can't name it now. Driving Force Pro because it was a bit knackered in SnowRunner last week. Yeah, very slow on this corner, very slow. Like brake all the way up that little hill.
How many goddamn laps are there? Sat here watching, waiting.
Well, do you know? Does it tell you?
No,
Oh,
nothing. I've checked all the menus. I can see it. Can't tell me anywhere.
Well, if you're in, well then we can. You didn't say, "Oh, I'm in," because obviously we would have happily stopped.
Well, yeah, I was expecting it to be like 3 laps and you'd be done, and I can join again.
Most races aren't 3 laps, to be fair.
No, I know, but in the game.
Ah, right, it's 20 minutes. So there you go. There's 9 minutes left. That's the race.
Yeah.
I wonder what that was.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's I've DNF'd, but yeah, if we restart.
I don't even know if I can play, by the way, as in if the controls actually work. We can definitely try.
I went to single player and checked first.
Yeah. Well,
and
after
I plug my steering wheel in during the game. It doesn't work. You have to plug the steering wheel in, come into the game, and then you can sort of change anything.
It failed when I tried to do it the first 3 times, 2 times. So yeah.
Well, now, exit to monitor and cancel. I guess we exit to monitor.
Yeah, exit monitor means that's it. End of.
Oh, that's loud.
That's very loud. Sorry, what was that? Essential personnel?
All essential personnel clear the track.
Yeah, but he screamed.
Personnel.
Right, so I can see one car next to me. Where's Sai?
No idea.
I assume he hasn't clicked drive yet.
Why am I?
Let's
Well, I have clicked drive. I don't want to watch. I'd like to drive.
So Schalke and Max are flipping.
Restart. Did you restart race?
No, next session. Did you join it as a spectator or a
You
driver?
might need to restart. I joined as a driver, but I can't join as a spectator.
Okay, well, hold on, let me find my mouse cursor. Yeah, gently on the acceleration at the start, Max.
I mean, to be fair, I
sorry.
can leave and try and rejoin again.
But I mean, all we did was
Yeah, I
restart
know.
race. You're not a driver in the session, right?
Yeah,
now.
but that's the point. You restarted the race, not the session or the weekend. So I wonder if that's the reason why.
Sai is pending an open session. Oh, do you think we need to go to restart weekend
Yes.
and then restart race?
That's what
Yeah.
I think.
One more yes, you vote.
Yes. Again, it's one of those, don't be this realistic. You don't need to pretend we've gone away for the weekend to race our cars.
Oh, for God's sake.
What?
I hit the wrong button.
I'm hitting them all, doesn't do anything.
Right, let me rejoin again. Join
Okay.
server. I'd like to drive.
I wouldn't do next circuit. We want to wait for Malcolm to
So-
join and to join. And then we will either restart race or restart weekend, depending on what option appears the most obvious. Just wait for...
I think it'd be restart weekend because that allows new players in. Restart race to me would be like all the players in the same position. Right, I'm now in. If I press drive, which I have now pressed.
Sucks balls. Okay, I have clicked restart weekend. Which I wish that
did it.
which
Yeah.
forces a reload.
Yeah.
I think that's the next circuit past.
No, Trembling Mountain's the same one.
Please now to continue your division of the programs.
Well, I will do because it's drawing in the bottom left of the screen and upside down part of the level.
Right, drive. Hey!
Okay, cool. I'm going to click straight to race now, unless you guys really want to do a warm up, and then the other bits just straight to race.
So,
Yeah.
how do I anything?
This way, then single player.
Good. I mean, I'm using the Xbox controller. I would kind of hoped it would work, and I've loaded the Xbox controller config. Calibrate controls. Xbox One controller for Windows. Load profile. Should just work.
Apparently I have to wait 2 more seconds before I can call a vote. Actually, let's not start the race till Malcolm's worked out how to drive, because when he goes into the menu, of course, he gets kicked out.
I'm in the menu now, but I mean, I'm pressing every button on the controller.
To do
Every
yeah,
button.
wait, you're in the
And
menu.
nothing's happening. No, I'm not. I'm actually in. I've like even left and right doesn't change the. Yeah, there's something really fun with this. This is terrible.
Well, this is why about an hour before the stream, I started to have to make sure the controls work. Just saying, oh, is that you, Malcolm?
Yes, that's me. Hello.
I'll give you a push.
Can I have a tow? You just drove through someone, by the way. Thank you. Wait, reverse slightly. Reverse. Right, stop.
I'm glitching.
Oh, not that far. Like halfway on the road. Like drive onto the road. And stop. No, you're going too far.
Yeah, you want me to sit in your Marshall?
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. A little bit more. Stop. There we go. You will see this later.
Marvellous.
Yeah, brilliant. So the controls don't work. So what? You can't play this game with an Xbox controller, even though it said load config on an Xbox controller. Good.
That is weird because I'm emulating via an Xbox controller and it works for me. So actual should be easier.
I mean, it should be.
How?
I mean, it seems I press load. Type gamepad. It's like literally it's all on there. It's all the settings and all the stuff that's on there. The controls are there, but nothing's reacting at all. To be fair, it's connected devices. None. Good. Okay. Well, let me try closing the game and loading the game again.
Also check, obviously checking USB game controller to Windows, make sure it's actually there.
I mean, it is connected. I can see it.
Okay. But, make sure Windows thinks it's connected.
Yeah, it's connected. I'll leave it open up. Yeah, Xbox accessories shows my controller. Yeah.
I tell you what I am going to do whilst
I'll factor again.
I'm just going to watch Max, and I'm just going to go and quickly stretch my legs and grab a drink, because a 3-hour session in this chair gives me a numb arse. So back in a moment.
Arse. Right, settings. Yeah, now it's figured out my controller's connected. Yeah. Okay.
Now it's responding.
Yeah. Really?
I like the way Shaka is driving for Johnson Racing. Now watching Max here, he's doing well. Lots of flames as he changes down. No, Max, that's a right-hander, not a left-hander.
Now we have 4 racers.
Controls on this are garbage.
So, this is a sim game. Again, this is not designed for pads. I'm not surprised. That's why I expressed surprise you didn't reach for your Steam controller.
I understand that, but let's just say for a second that you are playing on a gamepad. What would you expect for the shift up and shift down buttons to be?
Right analog stick.
Right and left stick. I mean,
Right,
no, it's
right
not what I would
analog,
guess.
right analog stick.
Would right analog stick would be what?
Up and down for up and down a gear.
No, just never. I would have said the right and left trigger button. So you've got accelerate on the
What?
right trigger, and then left trigger, sorry,
You
decelerate,
said-
and then usually you have right button, right
Wait,
bumper
wait,
for up a gear, and left bumper down a gear.
Rewind, that's not what you said. You said for changing gear,
Yes, I did.
not accelerate and brake.
Okay, so as I said, I said for accelerate for up and down gear, what do you expect it to be?
Shoulders.
Right analog stick.
Yeah, exactly. Shoulders. Yeah, max is what I would have guessed. It's A to go down a gear and Y to go up a gear. What? What?
Well, that's an interesting set of controls.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like even slightly. I say arcadey. It's not necessarily that it's not arcadey. It's not even intuitive.
I would again,
Horrific.
if it wasn't. So for a sim game, I would say right analog stick. But if it was on shoulders, I would not consider that strange for a moment.
Right.
That would be perfectly normal.
Right analog stick is look around.
That's
Left is yeah. It did not qualify. Not surprised. Yeah.
Right, I'm just going to put the headset back on, and then hopefully hopefully Malcolm's worked out his controls.
I have. It's not going to go well at all. Horrific.
So Max, I've been watching you, and all you have to do is drive exactly like that when there are other cars on the track, and you'll do very, very well.
Yeah.
Which I know immediately you go, right, I'm going to go a little bit faster, and then it just spins off. But
Yes.
the one thing we have learned, I said, is driving a little bit slower get into a corner means you'll come out the corner going a whole bunch faster, and you know, not in a wall. That was, I think, a little bit too hard. A little bit too hard braking. If you braked 20 yards earlier, you'd have been fine. I just happened to be watching you in a spectator view. I'm not like.
Are you guys racing?
No, I went for you to say I figured out the controls.
No. I don't get an option. I can't do anything. I'd like to play. I mean, it's not going to help with the controls or being.
I have voted to race.
Is there a vote? Oh yeah, okay.
One more vote to pass.
The thing is, for me, it says do not qualify, so I'm not sure if I. Oh, actually,
Yeah, I have 3 cars on the track. I have 4 cars on the track.
In the corner.
Don't jump the lights. Oh, seriously, I'm going to have to give just a 10 out of 10. The motion of the rig when I rev the car is absolutely superb.
Well, I can't see any lights at all.
No, they haven't started yet.
No, I can't see them though.
What?
10,
What? There's...
7, 6,
Ignore him.
2,
Like-
1.
Like, oh, there you go.
Red. Red. Green! Don't accelerate too hard. Wow. So, hard right coming up.
Thanks. Someone driving to me?
Fuck off, Malcolm. You just took out 2 cars. You took
No,
out...
I was okay. Okay, but I mean, I was on the right hand side of the track between me and the wall, and then someone went straight into the side of me.
I think expecting right of way at that far into the race was...
I was ahead of the other car. The other car hit my rear left quarter.
I would say that was bullying. I think you just went, I'm coming through. Max didn't have much option.
Okay, right.
I guess I'm voting for restart. I can't if I exit the race if I do that.
Yes.
So remind me, if someone's ahead and going straight and not changing direction, apart from if they're on the wrong side of the corner, they've got right of way, right?
If someone is ahead of you, they have right of way. That's the bit.
Okay, I was ahead, and there's someone who went into the side of me while I was on a bend. And I was going around the corner.
I think what you were doing is more
Hilarious.
more like barge passing. You have to press escape, then monitor, then you can vote to restart. So we'll restart.
What's that monitor? What's that monitor for? What's that?
So a monitor.
All non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Yeah. So a monitor in reality, what happens? You go back to your car and you get given basically an iPad, and you'll sit in. You'll just stare at it to decide when you're going to go back out on track again.
Well, who's behind me? Who's the Dodge right back to the, right at the back?
It's Adam in orange, Shaka in light blue, you're in black, and I'm in the.
Oh yeah, Adam. I'm gonna let you pass me, Adam.
No, it's fine. Just don't drive into anyone.
But I didn't drive into anyone. Someone drove into me in the last one. No,
shush,
no, just
totally you.
I hit the wrong button.
If you do decide to have 2 cars abreast on a corner, you then need to take that corner much, much slower. Them Duke boys are at it again.
Where
Come on,
do they live again?
Hazard.
Uh-oh.
Max, I saw you do it perfectly.
I
Just
can't.
do
Okay,
exactly
someone
what you were
else
doing.
go.
Exactly what you were doing when there was no other cars around.
I'm coming back on the track.
So winning a race is not about
Try.
winning a race is not about going fast. It's just about going faster. There, there's another good racing aphorism. Ooh, that's. I tried to turn it into a drift. Didn't happen. Come on, little car. We have to catch Uncle Schalke. Give him a spanking. Oh, bugger, I spun it again. Apparently my car does not want to give anybody a spanking. Question mark was removed from the game. The server is not receiving updates from the client.
Good.
Go on, Malcolm.
Thank you.
Oh, fuck a duck. Then I just put my foot down and spun off.
Oh,
Nasty goal. Hey, you didn't crash it. Well done. So this game's doing like 40 frames a second in VR. And the pop-ins are horrendous.
Sideways. Come on the track.
Oh, spin him.
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
Go around me.
Meet
I'm
me.
not moving. There you go.
Oh. So you then have a downhill section and then an uphill section. Brake very, very, very hard on the uphill section, very hard, and you'll just end up doing the right speed for the next corner. So I'm just gonna stop and watch you fail to take my advice. I was clear.
Couldn't hear it over the sound of my engine.
Yep. So on the uphill bit, brake as hard as you can. Is Max gonna do it? Oh, we've lost Max, I think. Oh, there he is. Nope. So you want to be coming out of, you want to be coming out of that uphill bit at about 15 miles an hour. It's very slow. But yeah, you want to be basically being able to do laps of a track more or less an automatic. It's other cars that screw up your perfect laps.
We're on the track.
Oh, not too fast. Come on, that's it.
Oh, I did a perfect power slide. For some reason, I decided to let off the steering for a second and then span it.
It's quite hard to power slide. And once they started, it's quite hard to make them stop power sliding.
Yeah, it was more that I stopped steering, so I over-rotated.
Ah.
Yeah. It's the old steering digitally.
I keep braking too hard and putting the car into a spin.
Yeah, I do that.
So I know the racing game setup, it's what I say the Forza setup, right trigger for accelerate, but lots of people do like the radio control car setup, using both analog sticks for driving and right stick for steering and left stick for acceleration and braking. I don't personally agree with that, but I know many people who swear by that. And it's weird because in the computer game community, instead of just copying the radio control car community, we've done it completely differently. They were obviously first by a long way.
Whoa.
That's the slow corner. Yep, I screwed it up. I screwed up less than max. Oh, maybe I didn't. Yep, I screwed up slightly less than max. And we're off.
Screwed up now.
Damn it. Now you see, you got too caught. You got too caught up in trying to get going again.
More beans, that's all I need. More beans.
You don't want beans until second gear. Beans in first gear is a dangerous proposition. Yeah, that chicane, by the way, I think you can pretty much ignore it. Just slam right across it.
Wow. I was hard right and I span to the left.
Hey Max. Oh
What?
no. Shit. Schalke, is there anything in the rules for if you are currently off the track and someone comes off the track at high speed to ram you? Is that
I am.
He's got a murder boner for me.
You have no need to join on empty.
No, I hadn't joined. I was still off track. Max came off track and slammed into me at quite some speed.
I guess that would like apply. I guess off-roaders are like equal rights. Then it's a matter of who's on front.
I don't hold with it. Allowing women to vote. Allowing the Irish in the front entrance.
Wow. Honestly, the amount of time, I don't understand this. How am I, and please explain this to me.
Yeah.
I'm hard lock right, and my car's actively, after going straight, I hard lock right, and then spins to the left.
Because you
I don't understand. Yeah, but I'd understand that but I'd understand that if I was to spin, either overspin the opposite direction or just not be able to brake. But I'm spinning, I'm full locking the opposite direction after going straight, and then I spin the other way.
I mean,
I've never seen that in any race or game or anything.
As I said, when it comes to realistic racing sims, this is definitely one of the top 5. I have no doubt in the tyre and physics simulation whatsoever. Doesn't mean you haven't got something silly, like your controls are flipping round at full lock or something silly.
Yeah, but, well, the steering wheel's going the right way.
I don't know.
Car just seemed very unforgiving now.
It's not too bad. It's heavy, so it starts to go wrong. You want to.
Heavy. It seems like heavy with lots of power and no grip.
Well, yes, I keep saying it's an American muscle car.
Yes, exactly. As I said, unforgiving.
I've got Schalke up. I don't know how much time we've got left, by the way. So it's basically whoever has done the greatest. Yes, whoever's done the greatest distance in 12 minutes.
Oh my god!
Mr. Chicken is pending an open session.
I tapped the accelerator in a straight line, like tapped it, like 5% and span. Let's not do that again.
I suspect your dead zones are a bit off then.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I'm using the default ones for. To be honest, when I'm actually going, it seems fine.
Well, yeah, that's again American.
I'm barely going past 25% because otherwise I'm like anything. Oh, I'm breaking the track.
Oh, damn it! Shaka screws up, and so do I. No! Come on! You wait there, young man. I have right of way. Join on empty. Get up to speed in the Is that allowed, Shauka? You can stop and say, no, you have to wait.
I don't know whether that counts as malicious braking, but say no.
I was ensuring plenty of room. I was allowing for other driver error. I can't believe people used to drive cars like these competitively, like they are, 2.5, 3.5 ton cars with 600 horsepower and drum brakes.
It feels like drum brakes. That I can believe. That in this game seems realistic.
Come on, car. Gently, yes. Schalke got too excited, put his foot down.
Well, he nearly hit you.
That would have been his fault.
Yeah, but he would still hit you.
So I guess we haven't had our first accident. Wait, warning, cut track? Oh.
Yep.
I've cut it. It just says warning though, rather than.
Are you allowed some number of track cuts?
I don't know. Apparently at least one.
I think there's a time thing in it.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember who did some analysis on whether it was this rFactor or the other one, I'm not sure. But you can do some really strange cuts if it doesn't actually give you faster time.
Yeah.
Cannot brake in this game at all. Just loses all traction.
Loses traction, I mean, just starts to spin.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
like not at all. Putting about 10% brake on,
Yeah, I wonder
not
if
putting
I
any
wonder if your
steering
dead
in at
zones
all.
are off then.
Spins.
Not your dead zone, your linearity, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yes! I started to spin, dab of oppo, burst of power, put it into a drift, saved it. Yes. Schalke did not. How long have I got left? How long do I have to keep ahead of Schalke?
8 and a half
8 minutes,
yeah.
right. So all I have to do is not screw up, and Schalke has no chance. And I know that's it. All I have to do is just keep
glowing
it
brakes.
on the track.
Have you got disc brakes at the front?
I'd be surprised, though.
Well, I think I saw them. Or is that your drum brakes glowing red hot?
Wow. Now that is some serious braking if you're getting drum brakes hot.
Yeah.
But if you brake too hard, the car does just go into a flat spin.
Like that.
Like that.
Well, Adam, is that you?
Yeah.
Come on.
Why is
I'm
your
coming
car...
on the track.
Okay. Come on, that's
I'm
it.
staying on the right because I think it's Schalke or someone else on there.
Nah, Shaka's miles back. Shaka's basically out of the
Okay.
race.
Will I join, or am I going to wait for the next?
You got to wait for the next session. I'd like to actually compete.
I think I know what I'm doing.
Yes.
I think I know what I'm doing. I think I'm downshifting too
Oh.
early.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, remember this is a V8. It doesn't rev very high. No matter what that shiny chrome dial says, it does not rev to 10. Yeah, downshift late when racing.
I'm sure this is probably really good fun with a steering wheel and pedals.
It's not as
But
good
for
as,
enjoyability, for a game playing on a gamepad, I'd give this about
it's not as good as
a
Live for
1.
Speed. Now, I also have Assetto Corsa,
I
because that is
tell
an
you
Xbox
what.
game as well.
Well, do you remember I was playing Live for Speed with a gamepad? Okay, no
Yeah.
problem really at all, apart from the really incredibly glitchy steering. But this is unbearable. Like, horrific. I thought Project Cars 2 was pretty bad. Like, Project Cars 2 seems more unforgiving than Live for Speed was.
So, on
But this is just a whole other league.
On Race
of
Driver
pain.
Grid, there's basically an entire abstracted level between you and the actual controls. Otherwise, you have no chance of driving a car on a joypad. You just can't. I mean,
On what game, sorry?
on Grid, yeah, I assume all
Oh yeah.
other games do, but yeah, you don't have any sort
Oh
of.
yeah, I
direct
completely
control.
understand. There's an arcade racer versus that, but
Yeah.
I mean, I would have hoped that for a game where, I mean, it's on PC, and let's be honest, the number of people who are going to have steering wheels and pedals versus the people who get this game with Xbox controllers
It's probably
must be
all
in like the 5%, 10%.
What?
I would have said most people who would have bought this game would have
No.
Xbox controllers.
No,
You reckon?
I'd say most people who bought this game have steering wheels, and most of the rest will probably return it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I reckon everyone else probably goes nah and returns it. But out of people who bought it, I would say that majority of people don't have steering wheels.
I
They're probably going, oh sweet, a realistic kind of racing game. That'll be good fun. Oh wait, you need a steering wheel. No.
I don't know. I would be quite surprised if that were the case. It's usually the other way around. You don't go, oh, cool, a realistic racing game. You go, oh, good, a game to play on my
I've got a
steering wheel.
steering wheel.
Yeah.
Let's look for a game. Yeah.
So I haven't tried Assetto Corsa, but I do know that has an Xbox port,
Oh,
so
God, no.
that might be more playable. But I mean, even on a steering wheel,
Good.
I'm
God,
struggling.
no.
Spin.
I'm fine.
Oh, Sias left the race.
Oh yeah, no
The
more.
vehicle
No
has been
more.
stored in the garage.
Oh god, no. Uninstalling. I get it. But there's a simple fact that I don't have. Oh, by the way, there is no Steam controller set up for that. I checked.
Seriously?
I don't have a steering wheel or a set of wheels, and if it requires me to have it to enjoy that, I might as well uninstall it.
Wow, you won't enjoy sneaky spaceships. Actually, I have a question. So some of you were there for the sneaky spaceship stream, and some weren't. So, I do have a
I watched
question.
it.
So, Esmir and I are both excited about the concept of a new input system, and it doesn't have a name, but it's something like HOMCAS. So, hand-on motion controller and stick. So you have one joystick, you know, a proper joystick with, you know, whatever it is, full degrees of freedom on the joystick, so you can twist it, and you know, you've got a hat and all of that. And your other hand has a motion controller, so you can flicker with the toggle switches and stuff in the cockpit. Which hand is?
I mean, you don't need the motion controller, though, do you?
Let's assume.
Let's just, yeah, because the Quest 2 could do all of that hand tracking, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, but just assume that is a preferred way to play, because you get a super accurate input from your joystick and really, really cool toggles. Which hand is which?
As you like it, really.
No,
I think you have to be able to flip it around.
No, because you see, I can't do that, because then all the textures will be back to front, or I need to model 2 cockpits.
Yeah. The reason I say that is because it's like driving a manual in America versus driving a manual in the UK. Which hand do you steer with, and which hand do you hit the gear, the gear stick with?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but
I mean, yeah.
Sort of.
Same thing.
And
I get that, but I think the way to do it. How would you do it?
I mean, one option is just keep all the toggle switches above you, like directly above your head. But I just might not be able to. Because the joystick should be between your legs. Like, you know, I suppose up on your desk. You know, I don't really care where you put your joystick. It's more, do I try and make all the controls left-handed? And I assume that you want your joystick on your right hand and the motion control on your left as a right-handed person, or is it the other way around?
You have a single control panel that you replicate either side.
Not really. So, with the best will in the world,
So you can't
toggle
you can't have like a heads-up display, or that kind of pops up in front of your steering wheel, or you have to like lean in to look at the buttons on your steering wheel, which then I don't know, that'd be horrific. Not steering wheel. Sorry, I'm talking about steering wheel.
No, my stick is like right-handed. Like if I wanted to use it left-handed, that would not be feasible.
your one's not an ambidextrous stick. Yes, I guess most aren't, are they?
Some of them are.
Some are.
Some of them you can switch around.
Yeah, my Cyborg is, but my Cytec isn't. No, sorry, my Thrustmaster isn't. So yeah, I think that kind of answers my question. I don't think there are no left-handed sticks. There are only ambidextrous and right-handed sticks.
So other than the joystick, what kind of options or functions are you planning on doing on this? Whatever you want to do, like toggle switches.
Well, loads of things, because toggle switches are cool.
Okay. So you do actually you want to do it as a toggle switch, okay?
Yeah,
it's like you want a panel to pop out, or
no. It needs to be diegetic. It needs to be diegetic. The problem with a panel, like with a cluster of 4x4 switches, is realistically you're going to hit the wrong one. Like they're going to be too close together. And I don't know if you noticed, but it's quite hard to be accurate and click on just the right thing in VR quite often. So I've got toggle switches. They're a good 6 inches apart. 1 minute remaining. But I do like the idea, and I probably won't implement it because it's too much time and it has issues, of tracking the hands. So when you can look into the cockpit, you can actually see people's like waving. But the problem is, you could definitely tell if they're a human or an AI very quickly at that point, because the AI... when people are being driven by a motion controller, they look eerily realistic, which is, because they are.
Yeah.
You can have it so that you can grab the virtual joystick with the motion controllers.
Yeah. Yes, there is a dual motion controller option, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one I want to play, which is one controller and one joystick. That's the cool one.
So by motion controller, you mean literally one of the VR controllers?
Yeah. Whatever it is, Vive Wand or touch controller or whatever.
But you're using the controller for. Sorry, you're using the joystick for steering, aren't you?
For flying, yeah, and the toggles things.
Could you not use it? could you not effectively set it in a way that you can use the way you look? So if you want to roll to the left, you tilt your head to the left.
Well, I could do, but...
And if you want to look down, you look down, because that gives you two hands then to have loads of toggle switches, which you can spread them out left and right. Quite a bit easier.
I mean, no, I'm not doing that because that's a terrible idea. But I think you're missing the question. I'm excited to use the joystick. I want to use the joystick. I have a nice joystick.
But the joystick's not the problem. Implementing the joystick controls easy, right?
Yeah.
It's implementing the other side of it, the non-joystick and the toggle controls, like the motion controls that you're going to struggle with. It's like, where do you place them?
Only for people who are playing it with a joystick and motion controls. You can easily play with two motion controls. It'll just play like No Man's Sky, only with working toggles. So you'll have a joystick you can grab and a throttle you can grab. So even when you're using the joystick, the throttle will be on your left hand, and you'll grab it and move it.
Could you have some kind of, like, call it like a radial menu with your motion controller, like a holographic radial menu?
Well, I want to avoid non-diegetic menus. The whole point is it's diegetic, and you get to fiddle cool toggle switches. I mean, a radial menu to do what?
I'm just going to say, like, all your toggles, like, because I can see so many problems with the idea of having like toggle switches in cockpits. Like, as an example, what about if you're a shorter person playing the game? I mean, you've got to configure it, but still.
Well, you can set your seat height. I mean, they should all be in reach. I mean, that's down to me to make sure it's not designed like a tit. But yeah, I just crossed my mind earlier. Would you hold the joystick with your right hand and then use your left hand for the toggles, or the other way around? But I think Schalke has made the correct point, which is, realistically, there are only ambidextrous and right-handed joysticks. There just aren't any others. So it's most likely, the chances are you will have a right-handed joystick at your house. So if you're going to play it on your joystick, it'll be a right-handed one.
I would think that I would prefer actually to have from my right hand for the quick switch clicking. And I'm thinking that if you hold down a button on a motion controller, then you can use the rotations and translations of that to control the ship. And then you could often have two hands for switches. And just apply the button when you want to actually apply force.
Yes, possibly. I mean, one way you'll definitely just grab the joystick and twist it. That's definitely a plan. I haven't really thought about this yet because the motion controls don't even work. I haven't hooked that code up at all. I don't even know what my motion controls are at this point. I don't use them anymore. They're around somewhere.
It's interesting you say that though, Schalke, that way around. Because when you're driving, if let's say you were going to go, I don't know, have a sip of a drink or something while driving, you'd have your left hand on the steering wheel still, wouldn't you? And then probably drink with your right hand.
I'm thinking that holding down, like, the grab button would be indication that I want to actively steer now. And then if you let go, then it wouldn't do anything.
I mean,
but in this use case, you've got a joystick for steering anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the joystick
situation. I don't even need the joystick if I use the motion of the hand.
I mean, you've played No Man's Sky, right? That's what you're talking about. You're talking about basically the No Man's Sky system. Do you know what would really improve it? If I could use a joystick to fly the ships.
But yeah, what I was trying to get at is, I think, Schalke, what I was questioning was whether or not your preference was to steer with left hand effectively and toggle switches with the right hand, because that's how you would, for instance, you would keep your hand on the steering wheel with your left hand driving on the right hand side of the road in Europe.
In Alex, it was natural to have movement on left hand and gun on right hand. And I would suspect same kind of thing would apply to that. But if there was, if I could have ambidextrous things, then that way. But I would like to use the hardware that I actually have. So.
Oh, what's happening? It's loading or something.
Attention grid, all essential personnel leave the grid now.
I wonder if that comes with
Loud
sound effects. Well, we'll give it one more bash, but I suspect we won't be returning to this. The modded cars in Live for Speed are a lot more fun and there is a huge variety of them. Although I do like the fact this game looks a bit less rubbish. And you have horns, yes. We're in the wrong mode. Straight to race.
Monsieur Chicken.
How do I vote?
Well, let's vote yes. Come back in.
Ow.
Escape.
Oh, there you go. Shut down.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
The thing is, someone thought that was a good sound effect and the right sound effect to put in. That's the worst thing. They go, yep, perfect. Don't jump the lights. Oh, there's a countdown in the bottom left. I've just noticed it. It's so far on the bottom left, I never noticed it before.
That's synchronising.
Yeah, it's the countdown.
Oh, wow.
It's the countdown to the lights beginning to do the countdown.
Yes.
You get in that VR in 2D, we don't see that at all.
Oh,
I do. I've got it in my bottom left.
I know, you're completely correct.
yeah.
I don't see it anywhere.
But yeah, so I'm gonna do a quote unquote sport mode for Sneaky Spaceship, and I'm gonna try and get that in for Saturday. So we'll do another playtest, or not even a playtest. Let's have a look at Henry or Max.
Oh, wow, there's
Who went through the graphic codes? You just go around them. I think
Max.
it will disqualify you. Does it disqualify you?
No, you said it was nothing to do.
What?
Said it does nothing to do.
I didn't say smash through the traffic cones. Definitely, I'm sure of it.
I'd let loser talk to me.
I'm just gonna follow you till you crash, and then I'm gonna laugh. Oops! No, there's that nasty corner coming up.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Watching you play that game, you braked more than I braked, and you lost no grip at all. Twice as much as I was braking, and then I would just my car would just go nah, and that's off.
I'm rarely braking above about 30%. I really am.
My point being, the way I just saw you brake was much harder than I managed to brake in that game at all.
Here I brake for 100 and then come off immediately as the car starts to
Wheel,
spin. Yeah. But yeah, so I have updated Sneaky Spaceships, and it should now have correctly scaled VR stuff.
Interesting. I'm going to have a look at rFactor's reviews, see what it says.
It still saddens me that Live for Speed is the best game in the whole world's rear view mirrors and side mirrors. Like, of all the games in the whole world, it is literally the best, and that just saddens me. Like, the ones on my left, I can't see anything out the ones on the left. They're completely wrong, and if I move my head, the angle out the mirror doesn't change. Like that. It's just terrible, whereas Live for Speeds are just so very, very good. Whoops.
Yeah, I guess that's the downside of pushing the graphics to the point of feasibility that you can't do anything extra. You do that simple thing, you can do all kind of fancy stuff on top of that.
I mean, I sort of agree with you, but I'd like to find out this game runs at about 300 frames a second, not in VR, so... Yeah, I think it has plenty of... To me, that is a fancy thing. That is an important feature, especially for VR players, and... VR, what was it? Last month, 3 million people connected VR to Steam. I don't think VR is a niche thing anymore. There are probably more VR users than steering wheel users out there. Not supporting VR really well for something like this is just mad. So are we going to give Lost Ark another bash and see if it gets better then? Have we all been...
I would like to actually get into it. So far my playtime is the time it's spent queuing. I'm like, that's not playtime, that's just me waiting to do something.
Well, I'll tell you what then, we'll aim to have a look at it tomorrow, and if the queues... Oh fuck, I've crashed. If the queues are horrible, then we'll cut out to DSP, which there's no queues, and hope that the queues aren't too bad. Because the queues might be terrible.
Well, are they planning on putting more servers up, or is that it sort of thing?
Well, the thing is, right now, it's a brand new free-to-play game that's the current new hotness. It'll be dead in a month, it'll be dead, relatively speaking. I am surprised they haven't provisioned a lot more servers and then just mushed the servers together after release. You have 100 servers, and then once the population drops to half, you just squish it down to 50 servers.
That corner always catches me out. I never know which one it is. I get that one and the other one, I'm confused. The hairpin just before the straight.
Yes. That's
wow, that was cool. 228.2, that one. That was pretty good. Pretty back for me.
I don't actually know what my lap time is because I turned the man off, shouting it in my ear.
Oh, I just fucked that up.
Oh, Schalke. So Schalke, what happened there is you had one of your rear wheels in the dirt, and then you braked.
Ooh, stop fucking spinning on the spot, you bastard.
Now, can Schalke get the power down? No, he can't. On your right. This is the corner that gets me mostly, because it's quite a long break. And it's quite fast to start with. And I end up doing, usually I do what Schalke does, but I brake quite gently this time.
Fishtailing fucker.
Alright, I'm off to bed.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Lost Ark tomorrow?
Well, Lost Ark unless the queue is big, in which case DSP. That's the plan.
Okay. Cool, good to know.
Okay,
ciao.
Bye. Henry's gone quiet. Where are you, Henry?
At the back somewhere.
Excellent.
Trying to figure out the track and not spin and all that stuff.
Yeah. American muscle car, just drive slowly. Don't accelerate till about 3rd gear. Or don't take hard until 3rd gear. The motion support is very good though, I've got to give it that. Like, going off-roading this is horrible. It does have laser scan track. This one isn't, but the tracks, the official tracks are all like, you can feel the different surfaces. You feel that they're really not flat. And I said, if liver speed is DX7, this is DX9. So I wouldn't call this a graphical tour de force, but it's alright. But Malcolm has asked that we can do more VR games, and I have no problem with that. I just struggle to find ones that we'll enjoy and are multiplayer. So if we do have any ones
I'm still struggling to get decent upgrades for a VR kit as well.
Well,
I'm still running a 1080 Ti.
Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, I'm alright on the 3080, but I mean, honestly, even that is not all you want for VR. It's a terrible situation we are in. But I mean, this just means the game developers need to get up their arse and write the game to run properly. you know. But I don't have any sort of suggestions of games to play. I quite enjoyed Walkabout Golf, but I'm not sure I'd want to spend a lot of time playing it. Werewolves was brilliant if we had enough players. And then we're down to racing games, because there's not even very many spaceship games, which is a shame.
Is there no racing in space games?
There have been a few over the years. I don't know, what was it called? Purple...
Jetborne Racing is flying racing.
There's a few flying racing games, but ones in spaceships are quite far and few between. But I mean, you asked about Hellgate London. I mean, I spent quite a lot of time trying to get this game to work. I can't do that for every game. I just don't have the time. Because there is a photorealism mod for X-Wing. Sorry, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. So we can play X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, not squadrons, not the simplified, dumbed-down multiplayer, the proper old-school VR supporting, HOTAS supporting X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. But I don't have time to like spend getting it working. So same thing with mods. I can't like spend half a day just reading up on all the different available mods for a game and work out which ones are good. Which is why Brett organised the modded Terraria playthrough. Oh no, that was a bit close. Because Kohaka did suggest a game that's a bit like Barrow Trauma but in VR, and he says the fun thing is that when the ship begins to flood, the shortest players die first because they drown.
Makes sense. Can they put life jackets on them? Then that'd be really weird, because basically your movement wouldn't be anywhere commensurate to your body.
No, that would probably feel quite horrid.
Yeah, I'd like vomit-tastic, but yeah.
I mean, that game we were what was the spaceship one we were playing was pretty good. I should probably keep an eye on that one and see if they've been patching it. The problem with that one is like, okay, this is pretty good, but my god, does it look terrible. Like, it really, really looks terrible. When we had to go around, we were doing the puzzles on the planets and flying our spaceship around and things. There's no reason that game couldn't have looked as good as Sneaky Spaceships, which would have definitely improved it a lot. Along with fixing some of the issues with the game. Now, who's this? Is this Mr. Chicken?
Probably. No. It's Max.
Well, I'll just get the corners here.
Yep. I saw you and you started to spin, then I braked. And that's why I got away with the corner, because I braked. Nice and early braking for this next one, though.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, in reality, I've messed up corners on racetrack, but you usually mess them up by, like, 5%. Enough so if you dab the brakes during your corner, you bring it back under the envelope. It's a terrible corner, but you don't crash. In computer games, you tend to exceed the envelope by, like, 200%. So
a lot.
Yeah, so you can't save it. Whereas in reality, you're not that laissez-faire with your corner speed. Whoops. Or driving on the dirt. Oh, no, rolled it. Are you going to go back on your wheels, Max? Max, can I have a tug?
Where are you?
Coming just after this finish line. Oh, wait, hold on. The car just put itself back. No, it just put itself back on its wheels for some weird reason.
It's sort of teleported in front of me, yeah.
Oh.
What's going here?
Nice shortcut, scrub.
I would have done if I hadn't tried to observe that word.
You all won a bit of Dukes of Hazzard there. That was awesome.
I was gonna, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think you were trying
I
to.
wanted to go straight route.
Yeah, but then stick on for the corner.
But the cones sound like you're like hitting bullets or something. It sounds so
Really?
like
Let me round hard on.
pathetic. Yeah.
Oh, it's just like, yeah, it's awful, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's not what cones are like. They're soft and spongy.
They go doom when you hit them. We had that in.
Wow, Schalke's really weird driving. Yeah, very digital.
Yes, you can't going straight.
It's not smooth at all. It's like left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that car doing?
Yeah.
I should have a wider dead zone.
Whee! Up we go again.
I don't have a timer. How long left?
5 minutes.
Oh, fuck's sake. Now I'm on the track a long way round. Come on.
The other trick is when you're trying to spin the car, the moment the car starts to spin, let go of the brake, let go of the accelerator, and you'll usually just kind of coast into the right angle. Oh yeah, 5 minutes. Oh, corner.
Ah.
Oh, I'm having a problem. That wasn't on purpose, sorry. I had to sit up in my...
That's still the detractor having that flappy pedal gear changes. Once the gear wheels, the steering wheel's upside down, you're like, which gear am I going, up or down?
Yeah. Sometimes what I do is I just don't. I keep it in that gear until the steering wheel's nearly upright and then change gear.
Yeah.
No, not now.
And so we've never tried doing sessions in Live for Speed. Just, I know, I'm pretty sure it supports them. Just, 20 minutes, and whoever covers the most distance wins.
It was an awful lap for me, wow. 3 minutes. The problem is I haven't got like a little aid memoir in the corner.
Yes.
Tell me what's coming up next on the track. No, I haven't got
Yeah.
a fucking clue. And there's just corners, you just go, I forget that corner's there. And you're,
Yes.
it's too late.
It's
I'm looking for those little crib notes on the, what they call them, the little helpers on the side of the track. But you really have to be looking hard to find them. They're bloody tiny.
Again, much easier in VR.
Yeah.
And Schalke takes first place. Now I actually have to drive hard rather than my current I've been sort of bimbling around because it's safer. Now I have to change the balance on the risk-reward scale and get a bit closer to Schalke.
Oh,
Come on, Schalke, screw this one up. That's it. Yes,
No.
yes, yes. No, 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 no. There we go. It's this chicane that sorts the men from the boys, because it's just a flat spin. And you like here, you can't put any brakes down during that because it's just a... Oh, no, 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 no! Warning, cut track. No, I didn't. I fucking skidded off at high speed. Yeah, I put my power down while I one of the wheels off the tarmac. I think this is going to be Schalke's, I'm afraid.
Wow. 2:11.
I've no
Who's
idea.
that?
I've no idea what my lap times are, so I'm going to have to check after the race.
Well, it's certainly making improvements when I keep the car on the track, that way.
That does help. As I said, as an arcade racer, you feel like you should hit the corner as fast as you can. In reality, entering the corner slower means you can take the corner better and come out quicker and have much less chance of skidding. No, that's it. I'm out. But it does feel like you're not racing, you're not doing like last minute braking, but it does generally lead to a better lap time. Oh, this really is an American muscle car. I'm down to a third of a tank of fuel from full in 20 minutes.
Oh, thanks.
Then I put it to you, so you haven't been razzing it hard enough. You've got half a tank. More wheel spin.
Kilometers driven in race.
Here's a thought for you.
Yeah.
I'm so crashed here. What's to stop us making nuclear-powered cars?
Safety.
Guys.
Bollocks to safety. What's to stop us making nuclear-powered cars?
Well, the safety
The problem
aspect.
at the moment is not enough power, not enough longevity, not enough blah blah blah. But nuclear generator, like miniature nuclear generator, constantly building up power in a battery.
Yeah. I mean,
You need a certain amount of material to make it, I think, minimum.
Viable.
Some of
Yeah.
the space drones are fueled by nuclear activity.
I mean, you can do,
Have
and there have been. So I spun it again. I caught shark up and fucking spun it. Yeah.
Do you mean the thermal stuff, or?
Yeah, there have been some, but I mean, at the end of the day, that boils down to a little closed-loop steam turbine charging up your battery, ironically.
Yeah.
People keep talking about it. Because you're quite right. You don't need to charge your battery quickly. You just need to trickle charge it 24/7,
All the time.
and that would be
Wouldn't there be none of this, giant fuel nonsense to go with it? Cool.
Well, no,
Yeah.
you would, because it won't charge quickly. But let's say, for sake of argument, it puts in 1 mile an hour into your car. How many miles? Is it 144 hours in a week, I think? So it'll always put 144 miles into your car every week. So you drive less than 144 miles, you will never run out of range, ever.
Okay.
But if you do, then you would still have to charge it. Like, so it would still, if you were doing a long road trip or something.
That reminds me. They were putting a negative spin on the car to network, what do they call it? Battery to network?
Really?
Yeah.
People are idiots. What's the? Oh wait, wear
The
down my
negative spin
battery.
Was it a standard being discussed that makes the EV battery drain or something?
Yeah. So you drain.
Drain your EV battery.
The idea is you drain 1 hour's worth of charge from the car at 7 kilowatts. You gain 7 kilowatt hours from the car. If there are 1 million cars in the UK, that is enough to run the whole of the UK for 1 hour. And bear
How do we get back onto the track?
in mind,
Sorry, continue.
that's 70 gigawatts of energy. 70 gigawatt hours. Our peak at the UK, that the UK has ever used, has only been 65. And only requires 1 million cars. And that equates to about 25 miles of range. They've just taken out your battery. And the point is, and this is what people seem to fail to understand, is our national grid is capable of generating about quadruple our base rate for about an hour each day. And we are spending literally billions of pounds keeping an enormous amount of redundant infrastructure around that we only need for 1 hour a day. So the solution is batteries.
Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, people going, oh, it means you should be cycling it so much, it will halve the battery life. It's like, yeah, it will halve your battery life if you're pulling out the same amount that you're driving, but you won't be. Oh, I got the best lap, 156. Wow. I did awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I don't know how. But
How do we see that?
wait.
Lifetiming.
when you when you finish the race, you can see it on the way out. Ah.
That's 1 lap. Oh dear.
Yeah, but that's okay. Your best lap.
S1, S2, S3. What's that?
S1, S2. I don't see that.
Section 1, Section 2, Section. It's got gap.
Oh,
S1, S2, S3.
wait,
last
where are
lap,
you seeing
best
that?
laps, tyres.
Oh, live timing.
Live timing, track map, and detail
Ah.
timing.
Yeah, so S3, Schalke did 2 seconds faster than me. S2 was your weak spot by a long way.
I kept spinning off there.
And apparently I did one sort of reasonably good lap. Yeah, it's not a bad game once you get through all the gubbins, but there's quite a lot
Slick.
of...
So it's slick tyres on. No wonder we were spinning around like loonies.
No, that's right. Slick tyres slick tyres give you the best grip until you leave the track. All right, let me just let me just take my my headset off for a sec, 2 moments. Matty plays. Just don't buy rFactor2. It's that simple. Get Live for Speed. Just don't get this game. That is my review. Just don't. Is there anything we could say that this game does better than Live for Speed? It has slightly nicer graphics, but not a lot. They are better, but they're not a lot better. The loading times are horrible. It doesn't have as many cars. The download times are horrendous. The sound's alright, but yeah, I struggle to list many reasons for anyone to play this over Live for Speed. If you want pretty cars, that's not the game either. I mean, you want to be playing Project Cars or Forza or something like that. So yeah, I wouldn't. Myself. Yes. Shut up. Of course I have a headset connection issue. I've just disconnected it. Nobody asked you, Dora. Dora's worked out, by the way. When I take the VR headset off, it means it's usually out to get fed.
Make sure she's there.
Okay, I wouldn't forget you, Dora, even when I try. You're the reason Daddy drinks. Yeah, no, I was thinking about this earlier. I think I've worked out why people don't like EVs, because they're being told they have to have them. I think that's what it is. If they come across them themselves, they'd be like, "Oh, these are brilliant." Like I said, I had to get one, due to tax reasons. But I mean, I know I've said this, but I'm genuinely, it's better than the petrol cars. There's no, well, it's kind of a bit better, but it's like it's just better. It's got almost no. 75% more range than my Impreza, so not even any discussions about range apply, because it genuinely goes further than the Scooby on one charge. So yeah, but I think if people had come across EVs in their own time, they'd have gone, wow, these are great. But because the government said, look, you have to have them because the climate emergency, remember that? People are like, oh, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Malcolm has reviewed the game, and I'm going to give him a thumbs up, because he said, no. Yes, Dora, I'll feed you in a moment. Oh, here it comes. Yeah, so tomorrow we will try, I forgot the name of it, Lost Ark, and we'll see whether or not it works. If it's not working again, we'll go back to Dyson Sphere Program. We should probably have a look at some of the games we have played a while back. So we're waiting for the big patch from Industry. There is what's that? Carrier Command. I don't know if they've actually been patching it or given up. Yes, Dora. Yeah, but I mean they've been patching. But have they changed the game in any meaningful ways? Because I last played that in August, and I last played it in 2D.
Did you play the new logistics system?
Yeah, they redid the logistics system, but the problem is that every single island was exactly the same. There was no real we're gonna have to do something different. And there was Pulsar Lost Colony. I don't know if they've continued to patch that. Quite enjoyed that one. That was pretty good overall. Yeah, so they are continuing to release new versions of Pulsar Lost Colony. So maybe it has gotten better. Yeah, in January there was a massive patch with loads of performance things, new VR implementations. So yeah, it might be worth looking at, because that was pretty good. I was quite enjoying that. I'm not sure why we stopped playing it, other than there wasn't enough variety in the game. It's just endless of the same. So yeah, have a I'll have a look at some of the games we have played. The raft might have updated for all I know. It's been so long since we've looked. Anyway, I have an impatient pussycat. Hey, pussycat. So I'm going to go and feed impatient pussycat, and I will see all you guys tomorrow for Lost Ark, and then